Sorry guys, I'm getting started a couple minutes late here. I'm having trouble with the Wi-Fi. I'll get going here in a couple of minutes. I'm trying to pull it up on Facebook. Got it going on live stream and here on Periscope. It's going to be a quick 5-6 minute video, just talking about establishing confidence and the first step to doing so. So bear with me here. Let's see if I can get it up on Facebook, and then we'll get rolling. All right, Facebook's not rolling, so we'll have to hope to do that next week. First off, we're going to do a series for the next 2 to 3 weeks, just talking about establishing confidence and the best ways to do so. I want you to know that I don't have a degree in this. I'm not a sports psychologist. I'll leave that up for them, but I will talk about some of the things that I have been taught as a player and that I did use as a player. So, and on top of it, some of the stuff that we're implementing here at the Performance Academy and stuff that I did. So I don't claim to be the master of this mental conditioning game. There's a bunch of guys out there. Brian Kane is one. Bill Burnison is the sport performance guy here at TPA. And he does a fantastic job with the kids. He has a mental conditioning class here. We got a guy in our organization, our travel ball team, that does have a degree in this. So I'll leave it up for them, and I do like to pick their brain. But I'll dabble into the minor things in how to establish confidence. But if you guys have any questions or anything for me and stuff that I could reach out and seek further information for, please shoot me an email. I can be reached at kwilson@tpanc.com. That's kwilson@tpanc.com. First off, I want to start with this quick little equation, and that's our ability minus our distractions equals our performance. Distractions are about fear, and we want to eliminate fear and obviously bring confidence. So one of the biggest things and questions that I get asked and how to establish confidence is, it is the biggest question I get asked. How do I establish confidence? Once we get past the mechanics side of teaching our kids, the mental side is the most important. So to me, there's multiple ways we can establish confidence. And one of the ways that I established confidence throughout my career was creating some type of routine. All right, and that routine, guys, doesn't happen once the game starts. That starts the day you wake up for your game, or for your youth guys, the driving to the game with your family on the way. All right, and that has to be very, very consistent throughout the day or throughout your ride. So to me, it started when we woke up. When I was in college playing college baseball at NC State, it started when I woke up. All right, I immediately started visualizing my success throughout that game, and seeing myself. It may sound silly, but seeing myself hitting lasers off of the pitcher and going 3 for 3 with a couple of doubles and helping my team win. And I really did try to spend at least 15 minutes visualizing that success. One of the quotes that I use is, the mind doesn't know what the body doesn't do. So if you're preparing and visualizing it, your body thinks you're doing it. And then when you get to the game, obviously, your mind basically tells you that you've already done it. So pre-game routine, it can go even as deep as, how you eat. You wouldn't, if you want to be a cross-country runner, a marathon runner, or you want to be in really good shape, you wouldn't put all of that garbage into your body. It's the same thing when we're preparing to hit. We're preparing to play that day. Okay, so we need to move on. We need to establish a routine in terms of the drills that we do. So once we do get to the ballpark, whether that be for early work or whether that be 45 minutes before the game starts for youth and rec ball tournaments and whatnot, we need to have a plan. And that plan comes from a bunch of drills that we know works for ourselves. All right, and it's very, very important that, because each hitter is different, that we figure out what type of drill works for us. My pregame routine is going to be different than your pregame routine. All right, and how we figure that out is obviously getting with the hitting coach, working with your parents, your dad, and trying to figure out a drill not only that you see success in, all right, but that brings you confidence. All right, so figure out 2 or 3 drills. I have a great video series on a YouTube channel about a bunch of different drills. There's so much information out there in terms of the type of drills that you can go see. So check all that stuff out. I mean, dive into it, try different drills. It's not saying tomorrow you have to have your routine set. Your routine can evolve throughout the season, depending on what you might be struggling on. But whatever it is, you gotta have something, and you gotta stick to that routine. I'll go over mine real quick. Pre-game, I always did high tee, I did inside out tee, and I did low and away tee. One of the biggest things that I struggled with from the left side of the plate was pulling off the baseball. So I did inside out tee to make sure that I was staying inside the baseball. I did low and away tee because, again, that creates extension, so I worked on staying inside and staying through the baseball. So that helped me get prepared for the game and come game time. So getting past our pregame routine, again, figuring out what type of drill works for you. Right, we're going to go to something as simple as how you play catch or how you warm up or how you put your uniform on. Keep it consistent every single day. All right, and I'll get into why we want to keep it consistent here in a second. Once you've gone through your pregame routines, okay, you've had your visualization, the time you woke up, the time your drive to the field, and then you've had your drills pregame. All right, your tee work, your front toss, your BP, whatever it might be, you've gone through your specific routine. Okay, now it's time to get into the game. All right, and once the game starts, to me, we have a couple routines. We have an on-deck routine, and then we have our in-between pitch routine. All right, an on-deck routine, I'm going to come out with something here in the next couple of weeks, just filming an on-deck routine. It's super, super important. Again, it establishes confidence. And it also gets us firing in the right way we want to do. So whether that be 10 arm circles back with your right arm, 10 arm circles back with your left arm, whatever it might be, you got to keep it consistent. To me, I like to take game swings when I was in the on-deck circle, and I like to take those game swings in between the pitches. And when the pitcher was throwing to the plate, I like to time him a little bit. All right, so vary that in whatever you like. And again, make your own style, dictate your own, or make your own routine to give you confidence. All right. Now we step up to the plate. All right. We've had this whole day of preparation, of visualization, of going through our routines. All right. Now it's test time. It's game time. All right. And obviously that first pitch comes, whatever you're sitting on, whatever your plan is, we go ahead and stick to it. In between our pitches, all right, we've got to have some type of routine. And I'm going to talk about something I learned this past winter in our 15-second funnel in between pitches and kind of really breaks everything down. But whatever it might be in between pitches, right, it has to be consistent. Nomar Garciaparra is a guy from my time who was very, very successful in the big leagues, and he had a crazy, crazy routine. But it was consistent, and it was the same every single time. And that was what he did. All right, you look at Mike Trout, or you look at Mark Trumbo, or you look at Bryce Harper, any of the guys these days, they have something in between each pitch that they do, and they keep it very, very consistent. All right. Again, it's super, super important that our in-game routine stays the same. Okay, and the reason all this routine matters is, I always use this example. It's easy to hit when we're 3 for 3, all right, to go up that fourth at bat. Or it's easy to hit when you're 1 for 1, lead off with a double. Okay, how many of you guys have gone to the park or coached guys that if they get a hit their first at bat, you know the rest of the tournament or the rest of the game is going to be fantastic. Okay, I don't know too many guys that if they're 0 for 3, they're going to be confident that fourth at bat, at least at a youth level. All right. As baseball players, we are knocked down a little bit if we are 0 for 3. Well, if we establish a routine, okay, and it's the same as it was on the day we were 3 for 3 with a couple doubles and a home run, right? And now we're up there for that fourth at bat, all right? And we need to step out and think, hey, I prepared the same day today that I did the day that I was 4 for 4 or 2 for 4 in the game-winning hit. right? And that's really how we establish confidence, right? And how we can step back into the box and say, listen, I've done nothing different than what I did the day that I was very, very successful. Here we go. I'm ready. I'm confident. I've got to green light, all right, which I'll talk about the traffic lights in future in future periscopes and future live broadcasts that'll kind of help us a little bit. So understand that a routine is what establishes confidence. All right, there's other things that establish confidence, but a routine to me is the biggest thing that establishes confidence. I have a quick quote that I used all the time, and that was, don't fail to prepare, because then you prepare to fail. All right, it's very, very important. Again, I use another example of, if you're a student and you're going into a class and you haven't prepared for that test, or the math teacher shows up the first day and gives you an exam without any preparation and says, all right, the grade you get on this is the grade that you're going to get for the whole class. Obviously, you're not going to do well on that test. All right, well, it's the same thing in baseball. If we don't practice and we don't have a routine, when we get to the game, we can't expect ourselves to be successful. All right, so having a routine is super, super important. As we establish or we get through these kind of mental conditioning things, I'll later talk about, like I said, the 15-second funnel. I'll talk about establishing a plan in terms of how we're going to attack the pitchers. I'll talk about our reset buttons, focal points, breathing, and how to get control of our mind. And then a couple other little tips here and there that we can do, especially for our youth hitters and then on through our professional hitters. So check in to my YouTube channel. You can check that out, TPANC. I've got a couple videos already posted on there about the mental stuff. I've got drill series, mechanics series. I've got a couple fielding videos. We'll be continuing to add more videos every Friday. I have hashtag Film Friday, so we're going to try to add some videos every single week. One thing I forgot. In terms of establishing confidence and routine, understand that this mental conditioning series, we can apply a lot of this stuff to defense as well. All right, so it's just not the offensive side, and the mental game does not have to be just on the offensive side. It obviously applies to the defensive side, and that includes pitching. All right, so some of these things that I'm going through are things that pitchers can use. Middle infielders, outfielders, corner infielders, catchers, whatever they can use to be successful. So check out my YouTube channel. Please like and share this, guys, so we can get the word out. We can get a lot of youth coaches and even high school and youth players kind of mastering and how to establish confidence and mastering their games throughout the spring this season. You can email me with any questions. Like I said it earlier in the video series, or in the video today, it's kwilson@tpanc.com. Follow me on Twitter, TPA_Wilson. I have a lot of good advice that I put on there and retweets from a bunch of guys that are super knowledgeable in this aspect of the game of baseball. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. Like I said, please like and share and check out my YouTube channel that really, really dives into the mechanics and drill work that we believe in to make part of your routine. Okay, those videos on my website or on YouTube are a great start into figuring out what drill works for you and how to establish a routine. So again, thanks again. Please like and share this video so we can spread the word. And every Tuesday we'll have this video series come out, and I'll expand it and go even more in depth into kind of what we're teaching and this master the mental game, whatever. And then we'll progress, and I'm going to get some of my pitching guys in here as well to go over a couple of things. So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week. Appreciate it.